Some people who know me know that my personality type is just an executor. I can get into the details, but I want to get it done. Let's do it. Let's get to the end result and be able to quickly get things done and move on to the next. There's just that driver in me. And so when I think about my relationship, I am now married to a phenomenal husband. But in my mind, and we even joked about this the other day when we were looking at new bedspreads, I shared with him, oh yeah, we were just dating at the time that you bought this. But in my mind, I already knew, hey, we were going to be married. Would I like or not like this bedspread in my house? And so I helped him navigate which one we should choose. But I'm already thinking about the next and what should happen. But from that conversation when we picked out the bedspread to us actually getting married, it was a couple of years. It was a couple of years, but I had a revelation. I went to a conference in Dallas, Texas, and I prayed over my relationship, and we were just dating at that time. But I really wanted to seek God's voice. I wanted to hear from him. I wanted to be in his presence, and I wanted an understanding of what I should be doing with my future. Because no matter what he wants for me, I want to ensure that I'm aligning my path with what he has in store. And so if it's not for me, God, remove it. If it's not in alignment with you, remove it and help me as I'm patiently waiting to see what it is that you have in store. And so I went to this conference, phenomenal conference, like mind blowing. I had a great time. Mind shift change, just truly a great energy after I left. It was a great conference. It was in Dallas, flew back home. And as I was walking through the airport, I literally said to God, you spoke to me about my career. You spoke to me about my businesses, but I did not hear anything about my relationship. I need to hear from you before I get home. I didn't live more than 15 minutes away from the airport. And so I don't know what I was expecting to hear, but I just wanted to hear from God. And I kid you not, as I walked to the terminal to retrieve my luggage, there was a blatant sign on a child's back on their t-shirt that called out my husband's name, which is very rare, and had words underneath it, affirmations that just spoke to not only who he is, but who he could be in my life. And it was so random. All the other kids were playing and walking around, and this one child sitting back towards me, and I saw the back of his shirt. And it clearly called out, now this may have been the child's name too, but it clearly called out my husband's name. And I said, God, if you are not funny, well, help me have the patience to endure and to prepare while I am waiting for this to come. And so lo and behold, he did propose, and we have a phenomenal relationship and have a beautiful daughter. But there are times in our lives when we want it now. We want it now. We want to experience it now. And we want God to show up immediately. But patience is so important, not only in watching things manifest in our life, but also how we treat and engage with each other. Having patience and understanding as we are communicating with our sisters and our brothers, trying to understand where they're coming from and not snapping out, going off, being offended, but truly trying to understand and having the patience to take time to understand where people are coming from can change how you engage with others, can change your mindset, can change how you interact, and ultimately how you feel, your outlook, and then the results that you receive, all by exhibiting patience. If there is anything that I leave with you today, it's to have patience. Have patience as you are engaging with other people, as you are looking for God to reveal and manifest things that you've prayed for in your life. it too shall come to pass. But in the midst of patience and in the midst of patiently waiting, do the work.